Well, small businesses have been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S., with many forced to close their doors amid lockdown orders across the country. As those restrictions are being rolled back slowly, small business owners are getting the green light to begin opening back up. But that decision to reopen does present challenges for many. To talk more about how owners can protect their business, I want to bring in small business attorney Andrea Sager. Hi, Andrea. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
The latest coronavirus relief package that was proposed by Senate Republicans on Monday does include liability protections for business owners. Democrats, though, have pushed back on that plan. If such legislation does not actually make it into the final version passed by Congress, how can business owners protect themselves in these uncertain times?
Great question. Yeah. Ultimately, we want the federal government to enact that protection. That way, everybody across the country has it no matter what. However, if that doesn't happen, the best thing that a small business owner can do is enforce the local guidelines, social distancing, wear a mask. Even if your local government is not enforcing everybody to wear a mask, you absolutely can. You can take it a step further than what the government is currently enforcing local to you. And on top of that, you can also have customers sign a waiver. Now, I'm not saying this 100% will be enforceable, this waiver. However, it's the most you can do right now. And that's essentially all you can do is lower your liability, your risk of liability as much as possible right now. So the waiver that we have is the customer agrees that they don't currently have COVID symptoms. To their knowledge, they haven't been around anybody with COVID symptoms. And if they get COVID and they've been to your place of business, they agree to not sue you for getting COVID at your place of business. If they want to come back later and try to sue you, you can show them this waiver and say, look, this person signed this waiver. They cannot hold me liable for them getting COVID.
And many small business owners did turn to the government's Paycheck Protection program at the height of those lockdown orders and this pandemic to fund their business while their doors were shut. The GOP plan does include another round of PPP. How important is that for owners who may now be facing the threat of possibly shutting down again?
Yeah, I think honestly for small business owners, it's critical because if they do have to remain shut down, I know California shut down, some states are still slowly reopening. If they don't have any other way to make money, they still have to pay employees, they have to pay rent, they have to pay other expenses that otherwise may not be able to get paid. And if we don't allow these small business owners this relief, then they're going to have to shut down their business, which leads to them and their employees being unemployed and then possibly having to file for bankruptcy. I mean, these small business owners are currently, that's our economy. And if they're not able to stay afloat, then that's honestly just going to be a huge downfall for the entire country.
A key issue that's been raised by several business owners is the additional unemployment benefit under the CARES Act. This latest proposal does still include an unemployment expansion, but at a much lower rate to encourage workers to get back into the workforce. How does that help businesses find employees as they are reopening?
Yeah, I've definitely had my fair share of clients who have experienced employees not wanting to come back to work because of the unemployment benefit. But I think a lot of states, they are actually enforcing the employees to go back to work as long as they don't have any outstanding circumstances that prevent them from going to work. Having that lower unemployment payment will be very helpful to the business owner to have those employees come back, because at the end of the day, yes, the employer can fight it if the employee wants to stay home. But guess what? The business owner has a million other things going on with this COVID situation. So with lowering the unemployment payment, I think that would definitely motivate a lot of employees to get back to work.
All right, small business attorney Andrea Sager joining us to discuss how businesses can protect themselves as they reopen their doors amid the pandemic. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.